What once stood as a towering figure among the big three, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, seems to have faded into the background of anime conversations. Back in the mid-2000s, there was this gem of a shonen anime called Katekyo Hitman Reborn. It danced in the limelight, flaunting more than 200 episodes from 2006 to 2010. But now, ask 10 people about it and I doubt if anyone would remember it. So why did this series become the elusive ninja of anime discussions? Today, let me take you back to where nostalgia resides and try to understand why Katekyo Hitman Reborn is a forgotten memory. Katekyo Hitman Reborn is like this forgotten gem in the world of shonen anime. The show kicked off back in 2006 and wrapped up in 2010 with a decent 203 episodes. It aired on TV Tokyo and was cooked up by Artland, a Japanese animation studio. Kenichi Imaizumi was the brains behind the direction. The anime stays pretty faithful to the manga's storyline, but they did tweak a few things. Like blurring out the grown-up stuff. No cigarettes and blood on this TV show. But there's a twist. They didn't adapt two story arcs from the manga, The Inheritance Ceremony and The Curse of the Rainbow. Instead, they threw in two new filler arcs, The Arcobaleno Trials and The Primo Family, right smack in the middle of the future arc. It's like a surprise pit stop for our main guy Suna and his buddies. Fast forward to 2016, 6 years after the series wrapped up, something cool happened. At the Akira Amano Illustrations exhibition, there was a short film called Reborn X Idolive 24 Hours. It's like a little bonus for the fans, with animated scenes from the Rebo to Delive art book. So even though the main show ended in 2010, there's still a bit of action in 2016 to keep the flame alive. A wimpy, struggling middle schooler named Tsunayoshi Sawada, aptly nicknamed No Good Tsuna. But Tsuna's life takes a wild turn when an infant hitman named Reborn arrives at his doorstep. Yes, an infant hitman. Reborn is here to groom Tsuna into the next head of a powerful mafia family, the Vangola Familia. His journey isn't about becoming an all-powerful boss. It's a struggle against fear, anxiety, and the weight of responsibility. Tsuna's refusal to conform to the stereotypical shonen mold makes him relatable, especially in a world dominated by larger-than-life protagonists. Compare him to the likes of Naruto or Luffy, and you'll find a refreshing take on the shonen trope. Tsuna's journey is grounded in the anxieties of an ordinary person thrust into extraordinary circumstances. His character development isn't about overpowering foes, it's about navigating the complexities of human connections. In a landscape where bravado often overshadows vulnerability, Tsuna stands out as a beacon of relatability. His fears, doubts, and desire for an ordinary life make him a protagonist worth rooting for. Tsuna isn't the hero we aspire to be, he's the reflection of who we are. Imperfect, scared, and trying to find our way in a chaotic world. At its core, Reborn is a parody of the Italian mafia, set in a world where organized crime holds significant influence. Tsuna, not exactly the poster boy for mafia material, faces the challenge of embracing his destiny while navigating the chaotic world of the mafia. What unfolds is a tale of friendship, self-discovery, and unconventional battles. Reborn skyrocketed to fame during its initial run from 2006 to 2010. With over 200 episodes and a manga run spanning 42 volumes, it was a force to be reckoned with. At its peak, it rubbed shoulders with the likes of Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. However, as time passed, it slipped from the limelight. Why the nosedive? One major hiccup was the abrupt halt of the anime in 2010. The manga sales took a hit, and rumors suggest a clash between the studio's schedule and the creator's storytelling pace. The rushed ending of the manga in 2012 didn't help matters. No official word on the exact reasons, but it's a classic case of behind-the-scenes chaos impacting a series. Let's talk about the show's strengths and weaknesses. On the plus side, Reborn offers a unique blend of humor, unconventional mentorship, and a distinctive battle system involving dying will flames. Tsuna's journey isn't a power fantasy. Instead, it's a coming-of-age story woven with the threads of human connections. However, not every flame burns bright. The initial daily life arc, often deemed as filler, threw some viewers off. The tonal shift from gag manga to a darker, battle-focused narrative didn't sit well with everyone. The anime's penchant for censoring, particularly toning down themes like smoking and heavy emotions, dulled the impact of certain character arcs. Then there's the criticism about the portrayal of female characters, accused of being rather flat and tethered to male-centric narratives. And like any long-running series, Reborn faced flack for perceived shortcomings in world-building and narrative choices. The clash of comedic beginnings with serious later arcs, combined with external factors like the anime hiatus and questionable pacing, likely contributed. It's a cautionary tale in the tumultuous world of anime production. But Reborn isn't completely buried. While dormant in the West, it thrives in Japan. Merchandise still hits the shelves, stage plays continue, and there's even a mobile game. Fans occasionally rally for a reboot or continuation, pointing to the recent revivals of other classics like Shaman King and Inuyasha. In a world where reboots and sequels are all the rage, who says Reborn won't rise from the ashes? The fandom's flame still flickers, waiting for the day Tsuna and his guardians might grace our screens once more. As someone who stumbled upon Reborn in search of a long-running shonen series, the initial reluctance to embrace Tsuna's journey gave way to a genuine appreciation. The side characters stole the spotlight, each adding their unique flavor to the narrative. The camaraderie, the humor, and the WTF-inducing moments kept me hooked. Sure, there were pacing issues, questionable story arcs, and the classic shonen syndrome of filler episodes. Yet, the core essence of Reborn, the exploration of human connections amidst mafia madness, resonated on a deeper level. It wasn't about flashy battles and power-ups, it was a tale of growth, acceptance, and the bonds that defy expectations. And let's not forget the flamboyant fashion sense and the undeniable attractiveness of 2D characters. The black suits, katanas, tonfas, and the plethora of guy friendships fueled the imagination of Slash fangirls worldwide. In a world where anime discussions often gravitate towards the latest hits, Reborn might be a forgotten relic for some. But for those who took the journey with Tsuna and his eccentric gang, it remains a cherished memory, waiting for a possible resurgence in the ever-evolving landscape of anime revivals. And the news is that it might be making a comeback. There's this Twitter account called Spanku, and it's pretty accurate with leaking anime stuff. They spilled the beans that a new Katekyo Hitman Reborn anime is in the works. Fans are buzzing, thinking it might drop in 2024, which is also the 20th anniversary of the series. Exciting, right? Now here's the big question. Is it a reboot or a sequel? Nobody knows for sure, and only time will tell. Spanku usually spills these anime secrets a bit before the official announcements. It's a safe bet that we'll get the scoop in the next few weeks. The original manga is also turning 20 in 2024, so this anime might be part of the big celebration. In the world of Japanese media, they like to announce anniversary projects way before the actual date. Why do people think it's a reboot? Well, reboots are all the rage lately. Look at Fruits Basket and Shaman King. They got the reboot treatment. With anime going global, it's more common for long series to get full adaptations. That's why many believe this new Katekyo Hitman Reborn anime will be a reboot, covering the whole manga storyline. But how many episodes will we get? Adapting 411 manga chapters is no small feat. If it's a reboot, the pacing becomes a big deal. 50 episodes might be a bit tight. So, fingers crossed they get the pacing just right if it's confirmed to be a reboot. Let the countdown to the official announcement begin. So, if you haven't experienced the madness of Katekyo Hitman Reborn yet, maybe it's time to dust off the forgotten pages of this shonen classic. Who knows, you might find yourself engulfed in flames of nostalgia and a renewed hope for the day when Tsuna's reluctant rise to mafia greatness graces our screens once more. Until then, the flame of fandom burns on, keeping the legacy of Reborn alive in the hearts of those who refuse to let it fade into the shadows. Next time someone asks, "Have you seen Katekyo Hitman Reborn?" you can confidently say, "Oh, you mean the mafia anime that danced in the spotlight and now waits in the wings for its encore? Let me tell you a story."